So let me start right out by sharing the 10 planks of communism as put forth in Marx's Communist Manifesto. So here are the first five. The Bill of Rights, the first Bill of Rights is the freedom of speech, because without freedom of speech, everything else goes. The second one is the right to bear arms, because even if you have freedom of speech, you need to be able to protect yourself. And then it gets slightly more subtle after that. Well, it's the same thing here. So the number one plank of communism is the abolition of private property. Now, number two is a heavy progressive or graduated income tax. Okay, so we're going to get rid of your property, then we're going to start taking your money during your lifetime. And if you haven't given it all to us by the end of your lifetime, number three is abolition of all rights of inheritance. So you can't give this to your kids. You can't give it to other people. And you give it to us. And then I'm not going to go over all of these, but I want to go over the most central ones. Number five is centralization of credit in the hands of the state by means of a national bank with state capital and an exclusive monopoly. In other words, we need to centralize the money system so we can make the money system fake and use our authority to then dominate you through money. Okay, so they're just getting started. Let's keep going. Centralization of the means of communication and transportation in the hands of the state. Okay, so we're going to control the media. We're going to control transportation. Number seven, extension of factories and instruments of production owned by the state. That one goes into a little more detail, but this is the relevant part. Basically, socialism is the state owns the means of production. Communism is that next step further where they take over everything, including your body. So now they've got the money, now they've got communication, transportation, factories, all production, equal obligation of all to work, and the establishment of industrial armies, especially for agriculture. This was the big communist farms that they thought would be the solution, which of course failed because they didn't have expert farmers in charge of the farms. And so it ended up in massive starvation. Number nine, combination of agriculture with manufacturing industries. Gradual abolition of the distinction between town and country by a more equitable distribution of the population over the country. So you can see the roots of Agenda 21. They've actually kind of reversed that now. They want to get almost everyone out of the rural areas except their own controlled computerized farms and pack everybody into the cities where they can most control them. Of course, that's going to get too crowded, so then they need to get rid of 80% of us. And then finally, free education. Wow, fantastic. It's free and it's education. Well, no, it's not free. You're actually going to pay through your nose, through the taxes. And then it's not education, it's indoctrination into the government propaganda. So you can see the beginnings of the Prussian school system, which was designed to train effective managers for the system, and the rest would be obedient workers and enthusiastic consumer. So that's the Communist Manifesto. So which ones of those aren't we doing now? Virtually every single one of them is already happening.